Hello guys and welcome to Unity tutorial of a number shuffle. Now let me show you guys how this works. We can reset and just rearrange the whole lot and try to get it all sorted. There we go. Okay, and the other thing we can do is we can always use our solution there just to speed up the whole process or to cheat if you want. There we go, and that's it. We have a winner. Okay, with only 47 clicks. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Unity development environment where we put one of these together. The whole process will include using Unity editor and the C sharp within Unity itself. That's what we'll be using to put this together, guys. So let's give it a shot. So I'm going to go straight into Unity now and let's select the new project. So let's start by ending the whole process there and come right in there, grab hold of new app, and here I'm going to click on new. And let's select the template that's going to be the 2D core. And in here I'm going to give my project a name. I'm going to call that number shuffle poll. That's for my second channel. Click on create. There we go. Okay guys, my development environment is ready, so I'm going to now click on the hierarchy here and let's select UI and I'm going to select panel. There we go, my panel is in place. Just going to zoom out a little bit. There we go. Now that the panel is selected, you see where we have rect transform. I'm going to click on that and let's get it centered properly. And that will even give me the opportunity to even change the size. I'm going to change the width to 1300 and the height, I'm going to make that about 7. Let's say 720. All right, that's cool. Now, the next thing I want to do is make sure the panel is still selected. You see where we have the color instead of the default color white. I'm going to kind of like change it to something bluey. Yeah, that will do. Yeah, that's cool. All right, that's fine. Now, right click on the hierarchy and let's select UI. Let's go straight to legacy. Inside the legacy, and I want to select the text. And this very text, I'm going to change the size of that text to 120. Now, you see the font style, I'm going to make that bold. And the text content that will go in there, I'm going to change that to number shuffle. There, we just need to enlarge it so that you guys can see what's in there. Just move it that way. There we go. That one here I'm going to do is I just don't want the background to be plain, so I'm going to add. Let's add an image to it. But before then, I'm going to make sure this is centered. Come right here, align, get it centered. There. Now let's add an image to it. Right click again and we go to UI, select image. That's the image. I'm going to change the color of that image as well. Let's come in here to, yeah, that's cool. That's fine. There, that's going to be the color for my image. And I'm going to just check out the size of this, my text. Look at the text. The text is 1228, 1287 plus. So I'm going to grab hold of that. So that's what I'm going to change the size of this image to. But this image, I want it to be the parent of this text. So let's move that image straight up here. You see that? There. And again, change the size of that very image. There. That takes care of that. And we also need to take care of the height. So let's check out the height of the text. The height of the text is 134 plus. Okay, then select the image now. I'll make sure that one is 134 plus. That is it. And just drag it. There we go. Now, you see that very image? I might as well change the name to IMG title. And the text on it, I'm going to change that text to TXT title. And make that text TXT title the child of the image. There we go. Look at that. That one is sorted. Good. So now, the next thing we want to do is let's right click on the panel again. And I'm going to create an empty game object. There we go. This very empty game object, I'm just going to call it BTN game object. All right. So you see the BTN game object? Right click on it. Select UI. And let's go to Legacy. Add a button. There we go. This button is a child of that. So I'm now going to call it, just call that BTN number 1. There we go. That's the name of the button. And now this button, let's change the size. Okay, that's fine. Let's change the size to 160 by 160, something like that. And I'm also change the font. There we go. That's something like that. And just bring it up here. Yeah, that'll do. Now the font style on it, let's come straight to the BTN. Number 1, select the text content in there. I'm going to change the font style to, I just want to see, let's say 100 and make that bold. Get rid of this. Let me enter 11. See, okay, that's fine. That is fine. Okay, I'm going to leave it as 11, as 100. Okay, that's fine. So that's taken care of. So the text on it, let's change that to TXT number 1. Okay, that's cool. All right, so create another one. Oh, actually, this should be number 1. Yeah, so it's meant to be 1. Okay, then that is done. So right click on the button BTN number 1 and create a duplicate. That will be for number 2. Change the text content to 2. 2, and the name is TXT2. And this button as well, BTN2. There. Okay. So I'm going to copy both to speed up things. Duplicate, drag. We have 4. Okay. Now I'm going to select it all. Right click, duplicate, drag. And once more, duplicate and drag. There we go. We have all our buttons in place now. Brilliant. Okay, guys, I'm going to add 3 more buttons here. So let's select these ones. Okay, we have 2 there. And which other button is this? Okay, let's just select any buttons. Okay, right click, duplicate, and just drag it here. Okay, so I'm going to kind of like position them how I want for now. And who is this other one? There, bring this here. All right. Okay, these 3 buttons, I am now going to increase their width. So make sure they are all selected. There we go. Come right here and just maybe make it about 400 for now. I may have to readjust as I'll make it maybe 420, 440. All right, 440 for now. We can always reset or readjust later on. Okay, that's fine. Now, let me finish the naming of these buttons. Number 1 and 2 is sorted. Now this one is full. Okay, that will be BTM full. And the text content on that is as 4. The text content is number 4. And this is 3. Where is 3? That's 3. Name is 3. The text will be 3. And the button name is 3. There. Then let's check out the next one underneath. Okay, this one is number 5. The text is 5. And the button is 5. There. And so on, guys. So I'm going to have to speed that up. This is 6. And that would be 6. There. So let's speed that up now. Let's say 6. The text content should be 6. There. So I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys shortly. Okay, guys, all the buttons now have their own respective numbers. But this one, number 12, button 12, I'm not going to give that any number. So button 12 is just going to remain as 12. Right. Okay, now these 3 buttons here, this one is going to be for solution. This very, let's see, that's for the solution. So come in here. I'm going to change that to BTN solution. And the text content on it, we just change that to solution as well. So drop that down and change that to solution. And that's going to be known as TXT solution. Now, the next one, let's see, that's going to be the reset button. So let's change that to BTN reset. And the text content on it, TXT reset. And the last one here, let's change that to BTN counter. There we go. The text content on it will be TXT counter. We use that just for counting. You don't really need a button, but it makes no difference. Oh, that should just be 0. And this is going to be TXT counter. There we go. There. Okay, so it's looking good. So let's run it and just see how it looks like. And we then take it from there. Now let me go back to the game and change the play focus to maximize. Run. There. Apart from I just need to readjust this, make it look more friendly. Okay then. Now, let's take care of that. So I'm going to have to reduce this, just something like that. And select every single components in there. Just want to get them centered. Right, it's all selected. Get it centered. Something like that. And run. There we go. So underneath here, I'm going to add just a text box in there. And let's collapse all of these. Yeah, that's fine. Right click on the panel, go to UI, select legacy, and I'm just going to add a text. That is my text. I'm going to move that text down. Move it down here. And make sure it's centered. Okay, that's fine. So let's change the name of that to TXT display. And TXT display is going to be, let's just enter number shuffle game there, and increase the font size to something a little bit more readable. Make the size 40 and bold. Let's increase the size of that and see where is display. I'll make that about 50. Yeah, and this I'm going to make it about 500 and get it maybe 700 and get it centered. Okay, that's nice. Run. There we go, guys. Now all they need to do is just to put together some functions and some lines of code to drive these buttons. I'm going to start by, let's just exit and come right in here. You see right inside the project area. I'm going to right click on there. Let's go to create and we select C# script. Let's give that a name. I'm just going to call it shuffle codes. There we go. That is the name of my C# script. Now let's click on open and get it opened. There. Once that opens up, okay, my coding environment has started. So I'm going to first of all delete all of this, and I'm going to need I will need the start function later on. But before then, I need the following libraries. One of them is going to be using Unity engine.ui. Okay, let's copy that. And that's going to be using Unity engine.ui. And the other library I'm going to get hold of is going to be using system, and followed by using, let's say using random, and that is going to be equals Unity random. So we'll say Unity engine dot random. So we need that very library as well, dot random. Since we're going to be using some random generator, so we're going to need that. Now I think we are ready to start. Now right up here, I'm going to have to declare the following variable. The very first one that I'm going to declare will be an integer. This one I will use that to carry out some counting. So let's say int counter so that is my counter. Okay, and I will then declare some variables, but let's call that public text. That will be the object, and this object I'm going to call it, since it's going to be a button that I'm going to be using for buttons, I'm just going to say btn btn data. Okay, that's one, or btn data 1. All right, so I'm going to need about 12 of those. So let's just press enter, and there we go. The system already given me number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see. No, I only have 9 here. Bring that up here properly. I was too fast. Let's see. 10, 11, and 12. There. I will also need to declare the following. So let's say public test, and that's going to be for my reset button. So this one will be btn reset. There. Then we have the solution. So that was going to be public text, and I'll just call that btn solution. And I'm going to need two more. One is just going to be clicks, number of clicks. So every time I click on the button, I want something to record it. Okay, so we can just call that public text, and that is going to be known as btn, maybe record clicks. Okay, or btn number click. Let's say number click. Yeah, number click, or click numbers. Whatever, that's fine. btn number clicks. All right, then another one, the last one. This is going to be for just the text box, because I want this one to display. Let's get rid of this. That is going to be a text box. So let's say txt display counts. There we go. That is it, done. So those are the variables that I intend to use, and we now need to create some functions. One of the functions that I'm going to create will be the one I will use to check the buttons if it's empty or not. So I'm going to come right down here. Just come down here and just say public void, because it's not going to return any value. So we say public void. Check sports. Check the sports, and check sports, that is going to take in the following argument. Okay, and what are the arguments? First of all, let's enter statement block there. Now it's going to take in the following argument. That's going to be text object, and the argument is taken is going to be, maybe let's say data button 1, data button 1, comma, then we'll say text box again, and that's going to be data button 2. Right, there we go. Now if data button 2, if it's empty, so let's use an if statement. If the data button 2 dot text, if that is empty, okay, compare it and make sure it is empty. Yeah, if it's empty, so what we then want the system to do is data button 2 dot text. We now want you to take in whatever value we have inside data button 1 dot text. Once that is done, that means data button 1 will be empty. So come right down here, paste that and say equals empty. There we go, because the value in here is now stored in here. Right, that's cool. Now the next one is going to be the one I'll call solution checker. So let's say public. Come right down here. Public solution. Public solutions. Okay. And that is going to be enter statement block in there. So what we are now checking is if btn data 1 is empty, no, is equals 1. So if btn data 1.text, if it's equals 1, and btn data 2.text equals number 2 and btn data 3.text equals 3, and let's come down here, give it a now from, copy all of this. The next one is going to be for data 4. This is 4, and we have 5 here. No, this should be 5, 4. This is 5, and we have 5 here. And we have 6 and 6 right here. Okay, and the next one is going to be for 7, 7, 7, and we have 8, 8 here. Then we have 9, 9 here. Then we have 10, 11, and finally we have 12. The case of 12, that is actually empty. There we go. If that is empty, we want the following. So if that is empty, now get rid of number 12, we don't need that. So in as much all of these buttons have the following value on them. We have 4 here, 5, 6. Yeah, that is correct. If they have the following value, we then want the text box to display a winning message. This one. Okay, grab all of that and just paste that in here. Dot text, display the following. Well done. You are a winner. There we go. That's it. And close that. So in our case, we now want this variable here, counter. Counter has to be incremented. So let's say counter plus equals 1. Yeah. You can just say that counter plus equals 1, and we need to store the value in here. So come down here, counter plus equals 1. There we go. Now we need to store the value right inside btn number clicks. Come right down here, btn number click dot text, that will be equals counter dot, you need to convert it to string character. There, that is it, done. So my second function is taken care of. We have spot check, and we also have solution. Okay, now the final one. So in the case of the final one, this is the one that we actually shuffle the buttons. So I might as well just call it shuffle buttons. So that's going to be public void button shuffle. Let's come in here and just say public void button. Let's say, yep, let's just say button shuffle. And with button shuffle, I want the following. First of all, I'm going to create an array. And this array, I'm just going to call it, let's say, button number. Button or btn number. Btn number will be equals new integer. And the value in here, that will be 12. There. Okay, that's one down. We now need two more variables. Let's say int q, comma, and int k, comma. Then we need to check roles. So that's another one. So we have our three variables there. Then we now also need a boolean that we just flag whatever we have. So I'm going to say flag equals false for now. All right. So let's assign a value to q. We'll say q, that would be equals 1 right away. There we go. Now we use a do while loop. Do while. So the do while is going to be while the condition. Let's just enter while in here. While the condition, that will be q. While q is less than and equals 12. Okay. So we want the following. We'll come back and get that done. So let's enter our condition here for the while loop. So the condition is if the role checker, so let's just say role checker here, that will be equals random dot range. Here, random dot range, and what is the range? The range is going to start from 0 to 12. That is correct. So I'm now going to use a for loop. So let's say for, that is going to be k equals 1 and k is less than and equals to q, and we just need to say k plus plus increment k and enter statement block. Now let's use, okay, let's get this array involved. So I'm now going to say if button number, if that takes in the following value, which is going to be, that will be k. If k equals check roles. Yeah, that's correct. Then I want the following. Enter statement block again. Then the flag in this case is going to be true. So let's say flag equals true. Then we also break there. Now that is done, right underneath here, let's use another if statement. If flag equals true, okay, let's use an if statement. Grab all of that, come right down here. If flag equals true, equals true, there. Enter statement block, then the flag should default back to false. There we go. Then we now use an else statement here. Okay, we say else. Bring that down. Button number. That would be, actually button number would be K. Would be Q, not K. Button number Q, that would be equals row plate. Check row. Check row. There we go. So Q, let's say Q equals Q plus 1. Right. Enter semicolon there. Okay. Okay, we now need to assign value to each of the buttons. So I'm going to go up here, just grab hold of, maybe just grab hold of 1 and bring it down here. So y cubes less than and equals to 12, and button 1 dot text, and that we take in this value, whatever value we have inside the btn num. So that's going to be, we need to get it converted dot to string. That is correct, whatever value we have inside the btn num. So let's put that in. That's the first value is 1. So I'm going to copy this, press enter, paste. That will be for 2, 3. I'm going to need 12 of those. And just, there we go. And this is going to be for 12. In the case of 12, 12 is empty. Get rid of that. There, that's 12. And this is 11. 11, this is 10. And we have 10 here. 9. 9, 8, and 8 right here. 7, 6, and the data name, the button name is 6. No, that's not. This is 6. Then we have 5, and that's 5. Then we have 4, and 4 here as well. 3, 2, and 1. There, all done. So I've finished with my third function. So you see this function here, button shuffle. I'm going to call that very function inside this button here, inside the start function. Paste that in there, enter, semicolon. Okay, make sure that is saved. Now, let me show you guys one thing before we finish up with the... Okay, let's minimize this and have a look at the editor here. You see, the movement of the buttons is going to be as follows. Button 1 will be able to move in this direction, that is to 2 and 5. And 2 will move 1, 3, 6, 3, 2, 4, 7. Okay, and 7 we move 3, 6, 8, and 11, and so on. So let's put that together in the codes. So I'm going to open up the codes again. Now let's come down here and let's start by entering as follows. Let's say private, no, public, make that public, void btn data 1. That's for the very first button, underscore click events. There, that's my very first one. So I'm actually addressing these objects that is created here. So that's what I'm addressing now. Now the direction of movement is going to be 2 and 5. So let's come in here, grab hold of this function here. You see, check sport to see if there's an empty sport. So that is going to be check sport if the button btn1 btn data 1 comma btn data number 2. Okay, swap data 1 to data 2. There we go. Then we also should be able to swap button 5 as well. There we go. Come right down here and change that to 5. There. So we can move in the direction of, if you guys can see, recall, we can move to 2 and 5. Okay. So back in here, if we can move 2 and 5, we then need our solution. This very one. We call this solution to check. Okay, so come in here. Let's place the solution there. Solution, we want you to check. The function solution will carry that out for us. The next one is going to be for button number 2. In the case of button number 2, direction of movement is going to be 1, 3, 6. So come in here, change this to 2. And this is 2 as well. 2. That will be 1, 3, and 6. So that takes care of button number 2. 6 in there. If you notice, the button that is making the movement is to the left, and where it's moving to is to the right. Now button number 3. Button number 3, direction of movement is going to be 2, 4, 7. So grab hold of this, paste, and let's change that to 2, 4, 7. That's 3, 3, 3, 3. That's 2, 4, and 7. That's direction of movement. Now we have button number 4. Button number 4 will only be able to move in 2 directions, 3, 8. Okay, so let's come back in here, grab all of this, just 2 direction for button 4, paste 2 direction, that is 3 and 8. That's 3 and 8, and this is button 4. Change all of this to 4. There. Now button 5. Button 5 should be able to move 3 directions. So I'm going to grab hold of the 3, the one with the 3, paste that here for button 5. Button 5 should be able to move 1, 6 and 9. 6, 9. There. And this is 5. There. And button number 6, that should be able to move 4 different directions. So let's come down in here, change that to 6, and 4 different directions. So copy one more. So the movement will be 2, 5, 7, and 10. There we go. And this is button 6. Then we have button 7. Button 7 can also move 4 different directions. Grab hold of this and paste right underneath here. Change that to 7. Okay. And the direction of movement of button 7 is 3, 6, 8, 11. There. Now button 8 will be 3 directions. There. That is going to be 4. It can move 7 as well. And 12. And the button we're referring to is button 8. So change all of these to 8. There we go. Then we have button 9. Button 9 can move 2 directions. That'll be 5 and 10. So paste that underneath here. Change this to 9. Okay. Delete. That is 5 and 10. And this is button 9. There. Okay, we now have button 10. Button 10 should be able to move 3 different directions. So those directions we include 6, 9, and 11. So I'm going to grab hold of this. Paste it right underneath here. And this is button number 10. Direction of movement will be 6, 9, and 11. 11. That's button 10. And 10 here. Okay, that's nice. So button 11. In the case of 11, paste. Change that to 11. 11 and 11 and 11. Okay, I'm missing. Okay. And direction of movement of button 11 is 7, 10, and 12. 7, 10, and 12. And all of this is 11. Okay. Now, finally, we need the solution checker here as well. Make sure solution checker is there. Yeah, that's good. Now, we need to take care of button number 12. In the case of 12, 12 only make 2 movements. Can move in 2 directions. Change this to 12. Delete this. And direction of movement is 8 and 11. 8, 11. There we go. Okay, we have 3 more functions to take care of. One is going to be for reset, and the other one is going to be for dissolution. So let's come up here and see resets. Okay, we grab a hold of the presets, bring that down. In the case of reset, all we just need to do is to call the function. So let's come down here, reset, and this is going to be, let's change that to void, and it's going to be click event as well, underscore click. There. So we need our shuffler, and that is called button shuffle. Grab hold of that, scroll right down, paste that in here, and there. And we also need our txt display. Txt display count dot text, that will be equals, I'm going to change that to number shuffle game. There, that is taken care of. And finally, we now need to take care of our solution checker. So let's create another one. The solution checker is just to tell us if, I think it's just to, it's another way of cheating anyway. That's it. That's the truth about solution checker. So let's go up here. Might as well just copy all of this. Yeah, I only need this. Yeah, I need this. All of this here. Grab hold of that. Up to 12. Scroll right down. And just paste that in here. Solution checker, this should be something that says you win. Okay, if that is for solution checker, get rid of this. Yeah, I think that will work. If it doesn't work, I'll just change it around. You can always enter this method, but instead of me deleting, just copy and paste that. As it is, it seems like a long process, but it's all right. That should work. If it doesn't work, we change it around to this, but it will work. Just a string, empty string, that's all. All right, now you see this one here. Let's change it to U1, knowing quite well that you did not win, you were just cheating. So, oh, that should be well done. That should be well done. Well done. You are a winner. Well done. You are a winner. So grab all of this and paste this one in there. Well done. You are a winner. I'll cut that off. Oh, we don't need this. That will shuffle it again. Just paste that underneath here. Okay, then. And that's it. So I'm going to save that. Okay, let's go. Let's have a look at this first. Okay, make sure you guys import the following and create the following variables. Create this function here, and the second function. This function will check if the numbers are in order. If it's in order, this message pops up. But if it's not in order, every time you click, this counter records how many clicks. Now, this is the button that will automatically reshuffle the game. Sorry, this is the function that reshuffle the buttons. Okay, randomly. It is randomly shuffled. Have a good look at those lines of code. Bring it down. There we go. And we call that very function here when the system starts. Now, those are the lines of code for each button. Direction of movement, in as much as the direction of movement is empty. There. All right. 12 reset solution. There we go. Save that. Now let's go to Unity editor. Back on Unity editor, the next thing is let's drop this canvas down and this panel. You see my button btn object. I'm going to drag my code, dump it right there. Now all my variables are in here. It's now asking me what should I do with all of these. Let's get them populated with the button text box. Drag, drop. We have 1. We have 2. We have 3. 4. 5. We have 6. That is for 7. Then we have 8. Select that. Drag 8 there. We have 9. Bring up 9. Do that again. Drag 9. Drop it in there. We have 10. 11. 12. There we go. Then check out the resets. The reset. There we go. Solution checker. Let's see the solution checker. That's the solution checker in there. There we go. Then we have the counter. Yeah, just put that in there. You don't have to. And text display. That is the text display. Okay. All of them are in there now. So if there's no error, once I run it, the system should run. But before I run it, I'm going to come in here again. You see this game object? I will select every single one of these buttons because we need to attach an event to it, and that is meant to be a click event. So let's do that now. So each of these buttons will attach events to them. So select this button here, this one, all of them there. And if you scroll right down in the inspector, scroll right down, we have a click event here. So I'm going to click on this plus sign to add an object. So it's now asking me where is the object. The object is right here. That is it. Drag and drop there. So the object is now attached to every single button. So let's select button number 1. The function for button number 1 will be right there. If you go to your shuffle code, that is function for button number 1. It's attached. Button 2, shuffle code, button number 2. Button 3, repeat the same thing. Check out the function for 3. 4, check out the function as well for button 4. 5, repeat the same thing. Button 6, just grab hold of function for 6. Button number 7, grab hold of the function for button number 7. Button 8, repeat that. Button 9, there we go. Button 10, there's the function for button 10 there. Button 11, there we go. 12, and there. Then we have the reset. We do have function for reset. Solution checker. Yes, we do have that as well. Solution. It's called BTN solution. Yeah. Then the counter. Do we really need to add? No, we don't have anything for counter. So I'm going to leave that empty. Yeah. No, we don't have anything. It's counter plus equals 1. So that is fine. So all this reference that I'm making to this button is right here. Remember the lines of code and each function that was created. This solution checker and so on. Reset button 12, 11. Those are the lines of code. Those are the functions that were attached to each buttons. Minimize that. Okay, let's try it out now. I'm going to click on run. There we go. You see that, guys? That is brilliant. All right, it's working as I want. And now the next thing is let's check out this reset. There, that reset the whole lot. Reshuffle it, actually, that's good. And what about solution? No solution. What have I done wrong? Let's see. Let's go back in. And here I need to change this one to reset. Select that. Where is this button? Reset. That is it right there. And change the text I need to reset. All right, that's taken care of. Now let's go to the codes and check out what I've done wrong. Take it from the top, have a good look at the lines of code one more time, bring it down and down. My first function, second function, and here I have the shuffler function. Let's make sure. Okay, I remember copying this, so let's come in here. This is my solution here. Where is it? Solution. There we go. Oh no, it's empty. No. That should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. That is that. That's fixed. That was meant to be what I should have done. Okay, save that and go back to my editor. Right. And let's see how that's going to work now. Now run. There. Okay, look at that, guys. That's beautiful. So there we go. The solution works. Reshuffle. And that is how you create your own number shuffle in Unity, guys. Yes, you can do it. If I can, you guys can do it too. So you give that a shot. And please do subscribe to this my channel. And I'll be very happy if you guys can also join and become a channel member. So you all have a nice day now, and bye for now. So let's say we check out the solution. There we go. It says I'm the winner. You all have a nice day, and bye for now. But remember, channel members, there's a lot of benefit for you channel members. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.